We all love Zelda, right? So I wanted to see my viewers' opinions on the games. So I scheduled a couple dozen polls with each Zelda game having their own, excluding the multiplayer ones, because me and my viewers don't have friends. So I had you guys rank them with generic letter tiers, but that's not actually what we're gonna call them. S tier feels more like God's gift to man. A tier, I honestly think I'm dancing for joy. Mukdarak, that's all I'm gonna say. Long John Silver's, Splatoon. So now that we have the basics set up, let's see your guys' weird opinions. First off, we're starting with The Legend of Zelda, released in 1986. I really enjoyed this game, and I recently beat it. It's very fun, and it was innovative at the time, but it's still really enjoyable to play. Looks like you guys voted this a solid dancing for joy, but it's leaning toward Mukdarak a bit. Next is The Adventure of Link, which is also from the NES. Though it's often criticized for its slight difficulty, it's actually a pretty decent game, but when we're ranking the Zelda games, this definitely deserves to get a D. No way this is a B tier. How is this Mukdarak? Okay. Someone was drinking too much Long Lon milk. A Link to the Past is personally my favorite 2D game in the series. Let's see if you guys did it any justice. Okay, so it's an A tier leaning toward S. It replaces Zelda 1 as the king. I have played all 3 versions of Link's Awakening. I think this is a phenomenal game. It's pretty innovative, especially for handheld games, as it was the first. But I'd say this is definitely below the others beside Adventure of Link. It looks like you guys rated this A tier, but it's actually above Zelda 1. Kind of surprising to me, but I guess it's your tier list. Alright, if you know me, you know what's coming. Ocarina of Time, the greatest video game ever created. If you disagree, you don't deserve to be watching this video. Luckily, my viewers are cultured, so yeah. If this wasn't the vote, I would rig it anyway. Glad that I didn't have to do all that work. The next game up would be Majora's Mask. I'm still on my playthrough of this game, but so far it's a phenomenal game. It builds upon Ocarina's fundamentals, and it adds cool mask mechanics that let you play around with the world. Definitely an S tier in my brain. Let's see what you guys said. So it turns out it is an S tier, just below Ocarina of Time. Next up are the Oracle games. I hate how people group these together. Oracle of Seasons is very innovative, but it's definitely not in the top games, I would say. Seems like you guys agree. This is just above Adventure of Link. Oracle of Ages. I actually prefer this over Seasons, but it seems like you guys disagree. So sad. Wind Waker. One of my favorite 3D games. It has an appealing art style, awesome gameplay, great dungeons, easy S tier. I think it's the top out of all of these. Yes, even Ocarina of Time. Alright, you guys think highly of it. I see. The Minish Cap. You know, sometimes I play this on the fabled Game Boy Micro. Pretty fire. Peak gaming. Would recommend. It was inevitable. We all knew. Twilight Princess. Great game. Very appealing. At this point, all the 3D games are gonna get S tier. Yeah, pretty much, but it's above Wind Waker. I don't have much experience with Phantom Hourglass or Spirit Tracks, but I know they have some weird controls. I have played a bit of Phantom Hourglass, and I will say it's not the most enjoyable experience, and it looks like you guys think these are pretty mid games. Skyward Sword is the Zelda game that made me use my brain the most. It heavily focuses on puzzles, and I love it. If you are hesitant because you like the more open world style, I understand, but I definitely recommend this as a game overall. Somehow, this is the only 3D game so far to get A tier. What are you guys doing? I mean, sure, I do dance for joy when I see this, but it honestly feels like more than that. A Link Between Worlds is an interesting case. It's not necessarily a remake or an overdone port of A Link to the Past. It's definitely its own game, but it's very interesting the similarities. I'd say that this is just as good as the original, if not better. You guys didn't give it quite the ranking that I would give it, but it is nice seeing this on A tier because I see this game pushed down a lot in the community. I just don't know what to say about Breath of the Wild. This is easily second to Ocarina of Time for me, and this is kind of what started my love for the series. Wind Waker was my first game that I played, but I wasn't very interested in it until I saw the wonder of the series. It showed me that you can do anything, and it's just really enjoyable to play. In terms of actual game, I think this definitely did deserve to get on the top. No disagreements here. Tears of the Kingdom's just as good a game as Breath of the Wild, but I'm gonna be honest with you here. Breath of the Wild beats it by a mile for me. Luckily, my viewers came in clutch and beat it by a few percentage. Trust me, I did the calculations.